Growing up, I knew I was different. My parents would start pointing things out. My friends, they would start laughing at me. It all started with that first brick that I pulled from that Jenga, and the whole tower collapsed, and those memories will be with me for a lifetime. From there, I played Operation and felt like I was in an earthquake zone. I couldn't control my hands. I couldn't stack a single object on top of another object without it just collapsing in a heap. It was at that point I went and got medical help. I was diagnosed with Numptiness, Dextiritis of the fingers, and it affects me playing dexterity games, and unfortunately this disease, it's going to be with me for life. My first recommendation is a must-have for any family out there, but it's not just families, adults will love this game as well. This game is called Ice Cool. Now in Ice Cool, you're playing as penguins in this school, and this box actually contains 5 other boxes inside it, which you place out to be the school. Now these penguins have weights down the bottom, and what they can do, kind of flick them through it, and as they go through the hallways, they're going to be collecting fish. Those fish are going to be worth points, and that's how you're going to win. But you have one penguin who's the hall monitor, who's going around, who's trying to flick and trying to catch the other penguins. So the other penguins are running around trying to get all of the fish before they get caught and get kicked out of school. It is so much fun. It is one of the best flicking games out there. Highly recommend Ice Cool or Ice Cool 2. Doesn't really matter, slight differences, but pretty much the exact same game. Ice Cool. My runner-up flicking game is called Flick 'em Up, which is a great name for a flicking game. In Flick 'em Up, you've got the original Western theme game, or you've got the newer Flick 'em Up Dead of Winter, which is a zombie style game. Now in Flick 'em Up, the highlight is shooting your weapons. You've got different types of weapons that you're going to be shooting at the zombies, which are going to be charging towards you. And the way they're charging towards you is the zombie tower. You're going to be dropping these zombies down these zombie tower. They're going to be randomly coming towards you. A lot of fun. But there is one caveat. It's a pretty important caveat. If you love only sticking to the rules and you won't play anything else, this game won't be for you. The rule book in this game just isn't that great. So what I love about this game is you've got so many contents inside this box that you can set up any scenario you want and just choose those different weapons, choose those different characters, just go out there and have fun. Don't worry about the campaign, don't worry about the rule book. Just go and have fun. So look, that's my recommendation, Flick 'em Up. Now, if you can get the original Western theme Flick 'em Up, I think that's better. The wooden components versus the plastic components in this one. Now, we already talked about balancing and stacking games like Jenga, but what about something a little bit more abstract than that? How about balancing cats on electrical wires in Japan? That's actually the theme for Nekojima. Nekojima is brilliant. Now, we're going to have 4 segments in Japan where we're going to be putting these electrical poles on. And then we're also going to be pulling out tokens. Those tokens are going to tell us which of 3 different color electrical wires we're going to be putting out. Now, all these wires are different lengths, and the trick is the poles can't touch anything else, the wires can't touch anything else, and then every now and then you're going to get a black token, and that means you've got to balance a cat on one of those wires as well. Now, these electrical poles can go up really high, but it's going to get super tight, super tense. You can play this cooperative or competitive. It is so much fun. I love me some Nekojima. Now, let's stop the video right here. Look, I'm putting no effort into this review, so why don't I review the components? Well, the electrical poles. They're very woody, strong, sturdy, very woody. The electrical wires are flexible, wirish, colourful, very nice. We have 2 dice, very similar to other dice, very similar design. Kind of liking that, that's fine. We got cats. They're all black. That's probably a negative on this review. The cats are very black, and there's no variety in the cats. They're just black. So there you go. If you don't like black cats, probably not gonna like this game. Now we're all aware of time restrictions. So we might be at work, school, home, and we just don't have enough time to achieve what we want to achieve. Well, let's magnify that and amplify that with circus music on top of it, really tight time frame, and we're trying to balance things on top of each other. Well, it is madness. It is Meeple Circus. Now, Meeple Circus is one of my favorite dexterity games because of those time pressures that are put on you. Now, it's played over 3 rounds, and over those rounds, you're going to have multiple things like acrobats, elephants, a whole bunch of different things that you're going to need to balance. Now, these acrobats, there's different types. Some need to be up high, some need to be on the ground. So many different restrictions. Plus, there's also group goals that you're trying to fight for every round as well. So, there's a whole bunch of ways to score points. Now, add in that circus music, which ramps up as you're running out of time. You can hear it in the music, and it's getting so stressful, and you're trying to balance that last piece, and everything falls over. It is pure dexterity fun, and that's why I love Meeple Circus. Now, there's another game that's a bit similar. If you don't like the circus theme, how about Men at Work? Now, I don't have this game, but I've played it twice now at conventions, and each time I played it, it was so much fun. So, Men at Work, you're balancing like laborers going out and just, I don't know, carrying a brick or whatever, carrying a piece of wood. It's just fun stuff. Very similar. Just balancing people and meeples, and anyway, good times. I honestly believe that dexterity games' greatest strengths lie in its simplicity. And we're not going to get a game any more simple than a game of cat and mouse. Now, this is going to be in that precision aiming category, and what we're trying to do, we're trying to aim these yellow balls across through the mouth into the other side. Now, this is from the Exploding Kittens franchise, but even if you don't like Exploding Kittens, don't let that put you off this simple standalone game. Now, each side is going to have 4 yellow balls. If you ever get 8 balls on one side, you win. But there's a few more little ones. We got some white teeth here. If we ever knock the 3 teeth over one side, you also win. And lastly, if you knock the little black nose over one side there, you also win. So there's multiple ways you can win. Simple, fun, flicking precision action. Now, these little paws are magnetized and they just clip on the end here and you just flick them. Now, I'm going to show you in one take how easy it is to get these yellow balls across. Let's have a go. And just simple, like it look just up. Look, there we go. It's pretty close. And there we go. I am a legend at this. Now, this game is great for the kids, but you know what's even better for? Adults, after a few drinks, have a game of cat and mouse competition, frantic, fun, precision action. All of those games before were really the entree to this main course. The next 2 games I'm going to talk about are the ultimate in dexterity games. And what we have for you are Kitchen Rush and Rush MD. And these are some great games. So they're from the same designers, Artipia Games, produced by them. What we have here is, well, let's start with Kitchen Rush. We are running a restaurant, and if you've ever played Overcooked the video game, then you're going to know what this is like. So the beautiful thing about this is we have sand timers, and sand timers are our workers, and we've got a whole bunch of worker placement spots in our restaurant right here. What we're going to do is we're going to turn over the sand timer, and we're going to put our worker to work. But here's the thing, I can't now move that worker until that sand timer's run out, and time is of the essence. These are 4 rounds, 4 minutes per round, a la Meeple Circus, where that timer is going down and you can't fulfill the orders. Oh, okay, let's start from the beginning. We're going to get orders in. Now, excellent, we've got orders. What do we need? Well, we need to now go to storage. Maybe we need to get some ingredients. But for those ingredients, we need to spice them up. Let's go to the spice rack and let's get some spices. But now we need to cook those ingredients, so let's go to the ovens. But hang on, we've got no plates. So let's go to the sink and let's clean some plates. And it's just great fun. Now, Kitchen Rush is the easiest, more intro-friendly of these 2 games. So let's now have a chat to Rush MD. And Rush MD sits atop every other dexterity game out there. This has so much going on and it's brilliant. Now, Rush MD, we are now in a hospital. And our workers now, they're not waiters and they're not maitre d's and things like that. These are now nurses and doctors, and we've got a whole bunch of work placement spots, even more than Kitchen Rush. What we're going to be doing is we're going to be administering in patients, and then we need to diagnose those patients, and then we need to treat those patients. And the beautiful thing is all of the dexterity mini games that Rush MD has. So in the base game, you got blood exams, cultures, MRI, X-rays, great mini games, all different mini games for each one of those. Add in the expansions, there's so much more going on. It is the ultimate, the pinnacle. It's brilliant. Even when you've figured out what's going on with them, you now need to treat them. So maybe you now need to go to the pharmacy. You might have to get some pills. You have to fill up your syringe just to get these patients out. And unfortunately, some of the patients may die. I'm a terrible doctor. But anyway, Rush MD and Kitchen Rush, these are the ultimate dexterity games. So look, I would love to hear, what is your favorite dexterity game? And look, if you appreciate all the work I put into my videos, look, I'd love just your support. Just send me a comment. That's all I love to see, and that's all I have. Till next time, laters.